we got a Slime Harm bundle popping up. They just keep popping these bundles up, don't they? Right, let's get. Let's share my thing on Discord. Okay. That's quite a nice card back. Oh, you're getting 30 packs, 50. Oh, this is the standard one, isn't it? 50 quid. Yeah, it's not too bad. Philip the Great. GG Papa. Finally got you. Oh no, where's Papa gone? He's still a third. Snowfire. Catching up, man. Catching up, man. Do the putting 100 on there. So if anybody's in chat, welcome. Say hello, and also just let me know what the sound's like. Yeah, in terms of music, microphone, all that jazz. Let me know if it's all a bit weird. Also, something while I remember that I forgot to do earlier. Let's just do that now. So guys, I'm just getting set up at the minute. I will... Bear with me if you're one of the early ones in. Just doing a couple of things to get set up, and then we shall get going. Steam, yeah. Okay, so let's put our cards on. Some more codes to give away today, boys. They're going to be definitely giving away a few packs. So that's cool. And obviously, if you're watching on Twitch, you can get packs from Twitch drops. You can also get avatars and other bits as well. So if you've got a Twitch account, you should definitely link it for that. I've already got loads of free packs from that. It's worked really well. So yeah, definitely suggest you do that. If not, then maybe you're joining me through YouTube as normal. That's all cool. It's just good to have you aboard. The most fun thing for me about actually live streaming is just the chat, just people chatting and joining in. It's all good fun. So who's the first person in chat tonight? Who's going to be the first? Come on, man. Why is it being so slow? Hello, Andrew, and Matamek. Welcome, boys. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get a couple of things set up, trying to get some codes as well, and I'll be able to concentrate in a minute. Just why is it not doing it, man? It's so annoying. Just fucking manually type it, shall we? So the question is, do we do ladder or do we try all the new decks? But if I'm doing that, I'm not playing it in ranked. That is one of the big questions I have for tonight's stream. Because campaign. Oh, it's just okay. It's just telling me I've got a pack here. Yeah. So okay. So we're definitely gonna give away some packs tonight. We're definitely gonna. You guys can get the Twitch drops, but I can basically either play ladder with my meta decks, or I can play all the new stuff. We got all the new cards, but I'm not playing ranked because for some reason EG decided to drop the expansion on the last 4 days of the season, which basically means that when you're higher in the ladder, like you basically every time you lose, you just lose all your progress. So I want to experiment. I want to play the new decks, but you know, you just basically can't. Well, you can, but you can't on ladder. Whereas at the start of the season, once this new season comes in, I will be experimenting. I don't care. I'll just be like playing all the new stuff. But like I say, I just don't want to tank my ladder when I'm experimenting. So if it was the start of the new season, I'd go straight on ladder and experiment on ladder and not care. But because I'm like trying to, I'm not playing lots. I haven't played lots of ladder, so we're 17th, and I want to push for top 10. So I don't want to tank my position, basically. So yeah, let's play a little bit of critters. Let's do a little practice mode in here. Yeah, I get that. It's not so much about ignoring the numbers, enjoying the game. It's like I like to set myself goals. So I set myself the goal. Hitting the top 10 has been something that happened before the thing came out. So wow, this is an interesting hand. I'm going to keep this hand. No, I'm pretty clear on my ladder strategy for the next 5 days. I've got my decks that I'm playing, and then I'm gonna start the new season. I'm gonna proper go for it with the new stuff because I've got all the new cards. I also think there might be a balance patch, and I also think Tyranids might get some balances. So I kind of don't want to start getting too used to the decks when we don't even know what the balance patch is. It's coming in a few days potentially. So okay, so let me just think for a second. Have I already attacked? What am I doing? What am I missing here? Have I already attacked? Boss Zagstruck does. Oh yeah, I've already attacked, right? Okay, I'm not concentrating. Yeah, I like what you're saying, Spear Shaker. I kind of have the same approach. Once I've set my goal, I kind of have a similar mindset when I'm in the games. Right, let's have a think about this a second. Okay, so we don't want to develop the board. So I think we just want to do this. And then maybe this. Do we want to do that? Because actually... No, we don't want to do that. Yeah, we can do that. Oh no, we can't. So we do this. And we do this. And then we do this. And then we go kaboom. Yeah, you don't want to be in that kind of like fear mindset when you're playing. So what I like to do is set my goal and then not care about any individual game. That's kind of how I get around that, or at least try to. Yeah. Big crump big crump Oh. Oh no! Fucking hell. I just can't get used to this. Cannot get used to this at all. Oh, that made sense. Oh, that made oh, God, boss. This is the annoying thing, isn't it? Homer, yo, how's it going, buddy? How is it going? So how's everybody finding the new cards? Anybody played much? We've got 2 decks that we've been playing. If you guys saw my last stream, kind of built 2 decks really. One was the Norm Emissary deck. So we'll come and play a bit of this, and we built the Critters deck, which I'm working on at the minute for the Terror. So yeah, I mean the Terror deck is the Terror deck, like, it ends most games by turn 8 at the latest. It's an aggro deck. It's an aggro combo deck really. What are we playing against? Oh yeah, we definitely will keep that. I want to keep that. Not really. But we got a different one anyway. Yeah, Abaddon 40 health with heal. This one's going to go a little bit later. Am I playing the new Lord? And do I like him? Well, I'm definitely playing him. Do I like him? Yeah, I think what What I think about the new Lord is that he's bringing a different style of play to the Tyranids, which I think is a good thing. You basically want a very low to the ground list. I think the Overwhelming Swarm card is very good. So I think we're going to just hit this. Or do we even want to take it with him? Do we want to do that? I don't think we do we? Nah, we don't want to do that. We better just play this. Hey Chris, how's it going, man? You played much with the new Tyranids? Yeah, so I think with the Terror, basically you want a very low to the ground type of, you know... Oh man, do you know what though? The thing is, I was just about to say, so this guy gets 2, so he gets 3, 4, 5. So that's already enough. Now, because we've got the Prime down, this is a nice combo with the Rippers, right? Because the Ripper triggers the Prime's Swarm ability. He gets an extra +1. So, and to be fair, we don't actually need more than what this is going to give us, right? Because this is going to give us +3, so we're at 5 anyway, and we can just donk that if we want. But I think what we're going to do is... Yeah, we're going to do that. So we can take the damage, and these guys are going to smack here, and that's kaboom. Obviously, if we needed 6, we could have played the Neuraloid. Yeah, I am streaming on Twitch, Chris. Yeah, I believe... Ooh, I've not actually checked. That's a good point. I believe if you go on Twitch right now, you should find me on there. If you want to get the... If you're on Twitch and you want to get the drops, you can watch this stream on Twitch. I should be... let me just check, but I think I should be on Twitch. I'm using Restream, so I'm kind of on both of them. Yeah, I'm on there now. Yeah, if you go and find me... If you go onto Twitch, you'll find me on there. For sure. Just 2 seconds. I'll come up in a minute. Found me. Okay. And just as I do that, I think my son has just woken up. So I just thought I'd got him to sleep and got him to bed. I'm going to start streaming. My son's just woken up, so I may well have to go. The joys of having children, huh? Oh boy. I've totally forgotten where I was now. Let's just do something like this and okay, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break. I'll put the deck list up and see if I can resettle him. If not, I might have to end the stream and then come back on in like an hour or so, or 45 minutes or something, and then get him sorted. Not great, I know, but... Okay. Yeah, when the real world interferes, that's definitely life as a parent. Definitely life as a parent. Right, let's put the deck up. And I hopefully we'll be back. This is my critters deck that we're just working on at the minute. It's a bit of an aggro deck. Have a little look. I'll be back in a minute. Sorry guys, we're nearly there. 5 more mins and I think we're back in the game. Holy shizzle. I am so sorry about that, guys. I am... we just got in and basically... Well, boy had fallen asleep. I thought, great, we'll jump on and do some streaming. We've got an early night, and then he basically had a bad dream and woke up, so... Let's go and settle him. So hopefully... it's all sorted now. But it might not be. But we'll see how we get on. Right, I feel like what we should do is kick off with a little giveaway, seeing as you all waited so patiently. So, quick little competition. First one to get the answer right in chat wins a booster pack. The question is to list 5 digital CCGs since 2010. So 5 digital CCGs or TCGs since 2010. First to list 5 will win a booster pack. And while you do that, let's go back to our critters deck. Let's get a game in. Hey Justin, welcome dude. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, dude. This is the most shaky start to a stream ever. What are we playing against? We don't need that against this, I think. Or do we? Yes! Yes, Nikitas. Oof, yeah. Fair ear. I enjoyed that. Didn't play it too long, but the time I played it was good. Yeah, Legends of Runeterra, maybe many argue the best, technically the best game. Shadowverse is great. We've got the new one coming out this summer, which I'm thinking might be the second game I cover on my stream. I'm not sure yet. So yeah, Nicktas coming in with a Gwent as well. Yeah. Well, you certainly did it. You were certainly first to answer. So, Nicktas, well done. If you drop me a... oh, you gotta love that player, right? If you drop me a direct message on Discord, I will send you a code. Crazy, the pricing politics. I was a bit disappointed for 20 cards. $50. Oh, no, man. I know. Did you watch my video that I made when I made my purchase? Anyone see that one? Had a bit of a rant. So, I'll give you the Discord link. It's basically, when I say Discord, it's the Warpforge Discord. So let's have a look. Right, people. So if you're not on the Warpforge Discord, guys, then I definitely suggest you do come and join the community. We got all sorts of like different chats around the different factions. There's deck building. There's like videos and streams, all sorts of stuff. So definitely check out the Warpforge Discord there. And you can basically find me and BJ the Brave. You'll find me in the streams section, for example, and just click message me, and I'll drop you the code as a DM. So what we got, 9. I guess I'll just hit that and kill that for now. Yeah, cool. Thanks, Nikitas. I will definitely send you the code. Okay, so send this one to you. Big guy. So we've got 6 this time. So we could get 1, 2. We still only be able to get 2 if we wanted to play that, wouldn't we? GG. Okay, so let's have a look. Nikitas, here you go. Yo. Yeah, enjoy, buddy. Here's the code coming through to you now. Okay. So why does this keep flashing up? It's so annoying. Is this because the because the Eldar thing's dropped? I mean, I have clicked on it to look at it. So why does it keep just stays on, doesn't it? So yeah, what I was saying, guys, for anyone who's just joined, is basically, so the new expansion drops, right? So I buy the bloody thing. I've got all the cards, and I'm like, it's 5 days before the end of the season. It's a weird time to drop the patch. So I really want to. What I really want to do is experiment with the cards and play, but I can't. I can't just sacrifice my ladder position, right? So I also want to play ladder, and I want to kind of climb into the top 10. I've not actually played as much ladder this season as I have in previous seasons, just with real life stuff. So I will get some time. I'll probably do quite a lot of streaming Monday, Tuesday, actually. But I can't really just. If it was the start of the season, I'd just play on ladder with all the new tuning stuff, and I wouldn't care either way. But I've built up to here, so I don't want to just tank my ladder position. So I can either tonight I can either play a ladder, or maybe we could do a bit of both, where I play a ladder and play like my proper meta decks, or we just try new stuff. But I'm not playing it on ranked, so I'll play it on unranked, or I'll play it on practice mode, and we can kind of like test stuff. But I don't want to. I don't want to play on ranked. Catching me. Yeah, we can play. We can play draft. Yeah, we could play draft if you want. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really much of a draft player, but maybe it is better than practice mode. I'm happy to do that. That's a good point. I don't know why I didn't think of that. What we're playing against Tervigon. Maybe we will keep that. I think we'll keep that. So just so you know, guys, I'm using Restream for this stream, so that means that you can get this either on YouTube or Twitch. If you have got a Twitch account and you watch it on Twitch, you will actually get Twitch drops, and it's pretty good at the minute. You get a lot of packs from that. You also get avatars and things like that. So I definitely recommend it if you've got, let's say, if you've got the access, you've got a Twitch account and stuff. So we can play this. Four packs of title and an avatar. Is that from the Twitch drops? Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay, so if we play that, it's just going to get taken out by that, isn't it? Bounding Leap would have been good if we'd have had one other unit. It's cleared the board, couldn't we? It's an awkward turn, really. I guess we could do this. And then kill that. And then we could do this. So this is quite a nice combo with Rippers. Like, because it has Swarm, it gets an extra +1 when it swarms up. Ah, thanks, Nikitas. Appreciate that, mate. Really appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, when I joined the game, I just felt like there was a distinct lack of sort of content creation compared to other CCGs, and that's kind of why I started the channel, really. So yeah, I kind of agree. Oof. We haven't got the guard, have we? This is horrible, just like this stealth, all stealth stuff. It's just all uninteractable. It's like, What we have got though now is Bounding Leap. So that is 100% going on here. And then I think we want to go... We've got to try and catch up, haven't we? Do we play... I think maybe we have to kind of go wide here. Yeah, Bounding Leap's brilliant in this deck. Bounding Leap is like, you know, we're still kind of tweaking we're still kind of working out this build, right? But Bounding Leap is 100% in this deck. There's no doubt about it, because what we're trying to do is be aggro and kind of race, and what that allows us to do is keep hitting face and still clearing the board. So Bounding Leap is like just absolutely awesome in this, quite frankly. I'll do it. So let's talk a little bit about some of the new cards, and let's talk a little bit about this deck. And because I know that some of you will have been in the previous stream, some of you won't, and we're going to give another pack away in a minute as well. But all right, so let's come on to the Critters deck. So the thing with the Terror, right, is when I look at this card, if we think about like the very basics of a game are, we have a Warlord, they have a Warlord, and let's say none of us play any cards. All we do is every turn we just attack each other, right? Obviously, we'll ignore Swarmlord because we know Swarmlord's weird because he's got the 3 million, the 1 range, but whatever. But most of the time, what it is obviously every time we hit face, I receive 2 damage. And I give 2 damage, right? And even against Swarmlord, that's kind of the true, because yes, he gives you 3, but then you attack range, so it ends up being kind of like we're basically trading 2 damage each, right? That's kind of like the gig. So the thing that's interesting to me about Terror of Vardenghast is that even if I put 1 unit, even if I have 1 unit on the board, because I think the natural reaction is to think, oh, I've got to go super wide, but even just having 1 unit down, I'm all of a sudden doing 3 damage, where you're only doing 2. Right? Obviously, if I have 2 units down, it becomes 4, and it gets crazier the more units we have. But just if you just think about the basic concept of we hit each other in the face every single turn, but there's going to be turns where I have a unit down and I can play that. So what that kind of says to me is that this Warlord is all about racing the opponent. It's all about Um, it's an aggro build, but it's kind of like he sort of plays a bit bizarrely so far. I mean, it's very early days. I've not played loads of games, but essentially what I'm thinking with this guy is like the first few turns you're actually just sort of like controlling the board. You've got loads of early drops, so we're always playing. Like, we might not play something on the first turn if we don't get Spore, or if we don't get Ripper Swarm. Other than that, we're always playing on curve, and it tends to then be around turn 4, turn 5 maybe, that we start thinking about using the Terror of Vardenghast actual Warlord talent, the Alpha Warrior. And so it tends to be around that kind of like turn 5 to 8 phase where he'll use his talent and he'll get 2 really big hits. And that's where we just storm ahead of our opponent. That's the idea. So to make that come true, we've got things like, I'm trying things like Overwhelming Swarm. Honestly, even this I'm starting to wonder whether it's going to be right, because Overwhelming Swarm is really good from about turn 6 onwards. So, but I'm finding that, you know, most games are done by turn 8. I don't even know whether that's right. I don't even know whether I need Overwhelming Swarm, quite honestly. But I'm testing it. It could end up being the star card of the deck, and it could end up being it's actually not quite right, that we don't need it. It's too late game for what we're doing here. I think it's just about having lots and lots of 1, 2s and 3 drops, and playing go wide around. As I said, around turns 5 to 8 are where it really makes a difference, where you can kind of go wide, and then you can hero power like we just did in the last game, right? Meanwhile, we have things like the Tyrannic Guard, so we do play those to kind of protect a slightly wider board. And also because we are an aggro deck, we've only got 35 health, so we're getting quite low on health. So I think the Tyrannic Guard might be correct. It might not be, but this is my thinking, is that it helps us in that regard. I actually started out by not having the Broodlord, but the Broodlord is just so good, and we do run Ravenous Hunter, so what I think the Broodlord gives us is an alternative win con. So if that kind of like race them down, go wide strategy hasn't worked, we can always drop Broodlord, and next turn we can drop Ravenous Hunter and we win anyway. Right? So it gives us a secondary thing. Hey Lord of Squirrels, how you going? How you doing? Yeah. So that's the thinking. I think I've kind of got the idea down, like the concept. I think I'm right about, but what obviously the actual deck looks like and what's right to include and what isn't, we're a long way off, kind of completely nailing that down. So you sent me Mortar's version. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, Nixus. Yeah, we'll check that out then after this game for sure. Mortar's a good player. Kind of interested to see what he's come up with. I'm not actually going to drop anything there because this thing. Yeah, that'll be fun to see what Mortar's deck looks like. We'll check that out in a minute for sure. Is Harry still streaming on Twitch? I think he's gonna raid us, I think, when he finishes. Okay, so we'll just drop this. So we want to be attacking. We want to be definitely be putting on that pressure. And even if we're like slightly behind in the early game, which I think it's correct. Although this guy's just doing what we want to do, isn't he? Okay, 2 seconds. I'm sorry about this, guys. I'm thinking this might have to be a abort mission, to be honest. It's oh man. The 6-line legendary is unbelievably good, but he does not belong in this deck. He is the best card in the expansion, and he goes absolutely straight into the Swarmlord and the Neuro. He's in our other deck, but he doesn't belong in this type of deck. It just doesn't fit. So, yeah. So we got 4 and then 1. Oh god, man, this is so bad. Three, 4, 3, 4, 5, 7. Yeah. So you can do this. This. So 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be it, right? Yeah. And then that one we will merge because we get the synergy with Tyranny Prime. And this is how I see like a lot of games going with this guy, by the way, where we sort of fall behind a little bit and then we just come massively back. Well, this is a problem. This looks like a bounding leap turn, right? Yeah, 100% bounding leap here. So what do we want to play with bounding? That. So if we can only play a 2-drop, we'll play that. Yep, so then we play Bounding Leap on him. Let me do that. Oh man. I even don't know whether overwhelming thing is right here, because like, imagine we had overwhelming here. So we would play it for 2. These would then cost 1, right? So we'd be down to 5. We'd still want 2 for our hero path, so we can only play 3 anyway. Whereas we can play 3. You know, we can play 3 anyway. No, we can't. We can play 2. Yeah. I don't know. Ooh. So let's check out Mortar's deck then. Let me just grab that from Discord. Oh no, don't want that. Close that. Okay, so Mortar. Let's have a look at Mortar's deck. Create deck. So he's running the Terror, obviously. It's the Neuro. 2 of those. The Predator Instincts. Double Adrenal Surge. Enhanced Organism. We'll see. See the rest of the deck. So I wasn't sure about this card in this type of deck, but we'll see. Let's see the rest of the deck. So then we got 2 Node Beasts. Augmented Ferocity. Okay. 2 of those. 2 Gene Stealers. This feels more like my Neurothroat list. 2 of the Leviathan Tendrils. Okay, yeah. Ravenous Hunter and the Prime. Ravenous Hunter and the Prime. Venom Throats. I mean, this just sort of feels to me a bit like a kind of standard Nid list, but he's just swapped the Lord round. This doesn't feel particularly geared towards the hero power. And the 2 Crones, yeah, this is like a really... Okay, so Nikita, so do you know whether do you know how he was using this? Was this like was this something he was doing really well with? Was he laddering with it, or was he just kind of like trying stuff out? Because like to me, the thing with this deck list is like this is a really good it's a good Tyranid list, but it almost looks like, why would I take Terror over Neurothroat or Swarmlord with a list like this? You're probably going to get a couple of units on the board advantage at best. Obviously it runs the Death Leaper, which, you know, it runs the Death Leaper and the Gene Stealers, so that's kind of good because you've got the stealth, at least the stealth unit sticking. I mean, let's just give it a quick try. Okay, so if we were just running this like a normal mid list, I would basically keep. I wouldn't keep that. I would keep those 2. I don't know if I'd keep the Crown here. No, I think I would. Well, it's against Swarmlord as well, isn't it? I mean, we can do this, but we don't want to do that anyway, right? Because we against we've literally got the worst Warlord to be testing this against. So annoying, even in practice mode. So here we would like Digestion Pool and probably just... I mean, honestly, normally I would Carnifex. I'm wondering whether the Death Leaper is actually better here. Just to like get the stun going. Yeah, I think Swarmlord's a very inconvenient opponent for this. Couldn't agree more. I mean, that's like 4. We could take 5 here, like if we wanted to. I mean, let's just hit with this first. That stuns that, okay. Okay, let's just go kind of semi-sensible for now. Okay. So we're giving up the flexibility. We're giving up the one energy kind of heal synapse thing that we get with Neuro, and the ability to ping for a couple of turns that we can kind of like kind of get our proper killie, I guess, and combo in with like Surge. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. God, is it better than Swarm? Is it better than like just taking Swarm Mode though? It's faster than Swarm Mode. It's faster than Swarm Mode. Is it better than Neurothrop? Like if we just took this exact deck list and made it Neurothrop, wouldn't Neurothrop just be better? Like, this build is a good build for Tyranids, but it's like it doesn't feel like. I'm trying to think about what value, whether Terror of Vardenghast is adding enough value to this build. I'll leave it up. Have a think. try another game with it. What does everyone think then? Does... Oh, we're mirror match. But that's interesting. Let's see what the AI does. How does the AI play Terror of Vardenghast? Looks more like our critters list. It's not a bad turn 1 play. See, this looks more like our list. Oh God. Boys, I am sorry. I know it's the worst stream of all time. This. Yeah. Why do I feel like all we've played against is stealth? Like that's all. And why did I go over there? That was silly. Oh boy. What is going on? Okay. Stun the Death Leaper, please. Stun the Death Leaper. No, of course not. God. pretty lethal. I'm just trying again. Like I think this deck is like Papa's losing some games. I think. I feel like this deck is great, but it's great anyway. Like, still not really sure whether Terra's adding much to it. Like, I guess like in the first 6 to 7 turns, the way what Neurothrop and Swarmlord are doing is quite subtle. Whereas what this guy's doing is, you just get maybe a couple of turns with him, and it has potentially a bigger impact. But I don't know. I'm not sure, man. I'm not convinced. Norm Emissary. So yeah, let me know what you think then, chat. So should we carry on testing in unranked practice, like testing the NID decks? Do you want me to just play ranked with my normal kind of meta decks, or should we play draft? Let me know your thoughts in chat. That's a terrible card. Like that's clearly the best. That's good. That's okay as well. That's terrible. I like that more, I think. Fine tune the new NID card deck. Draft will be okay. Yeah, I didn't show you my other NID deck, did I? The Norm Queen one. Could run a quick game with that as well. I gave your NID deck from your vid on it a spin, and which one did you play, Daniel? Did you play the Critters one or did you play the Norm Queen one? Don't like that. Another Norm Queen. That's actually really good. The Norm Queen one. Yeah, alright. I gave you Critters. Is the Norm Queen one a different video? Oh, so you were playing the Critters one? Yeah. Oh, cool. Alright, cool. How did you find it? Well, you said it was fun. Was it working okay for you? That's terrible, terrible. No, that's pretty good, I guess. Cool. Yeah, I think the critters thing is like really interesting. I mean, we just got given a list from Marta, which is a very different idea to the critters idea. I'll talk about it a little bit. I'll just finish this draft and I'll show you the two and we can talk about it a bit. That's nice. Oh god, this is not a good. What is this? That might actually be the best one, believe it or not. Or is that the best one? Maybe that's the best one. Stealth, stealth, stealth. That's pretty good. Oh yeah, it's the stealth package every time. Right, so the Norm Queen one that we were talking about is this one. I'll leave that up. Sorry guys, I gotta quickly go and attend just again. So you can see this deck in many ways is more similar to Mortar's deck, but obviously this was a newer version and really trying to make Norm Emissary work. Hey Osok, how's it going, buddy? I haven't done any drafts, to be honest. I'm not really much of a draft player, and yes, but that's pretty good going. 9, 9, 11, 6 and 7. It's not bad. You must have got some pretty good rewards on that. How's your stream been going, by the way? I saw you were streaming earlier, but I was out, so I couldn't really join. Okay, there's our first one. First synapse trigger. There's our second one. Nice one. Rewards were super nice. Stream went well. Topped out at 30 viewers. By far my best stream ever. Cool. Well, this is the worst stream ever. I apologise to everyone who's still here because I thought that my child had fallen asleep and we're going to sit down and have a really good night of gaming and get really stuck into things. And literally I've been up and down every 5 minutes. So, I do apologise. It's just a reality of kids, I'm afraid. Yeah, sure does, buddy. Sure does. Kaboom. Nice. We want to save flank for the emissary, don't we? Ah, that means we can't put the stealer down here. Oh no, we can. Doesn't matter. Hard to carry Harry. Hey buddy, how's it going? How was your stream, man? Hopefully better than this one's been going. Right. So we're gonna go 1. Next turn then, isn't it? 11th game of draft. Oh no. Yeah, it's hard when you get that far in, right? It's tough when you get that far in. Oh man, it's a shame that didn't hit, because if that had hit, we could have done a thing where we flanked this and actually could have killed that with because of the blast. Probably want to go next turn now, right? Three, 6, 7, I guess. So 3, 6. Just do this. Next turn we go off. Okay, so well, okay, let's just see for a second, so we can make that a lot cheaper, can't we? So first of all, we do this. And then we play this. And we play it here. And then we play this. Actually, to be honest, do we even need to do that? Yeah, we could just do it just to kill that. Okay, so now we go flank on this. And this guy just hits. Do we want to just take? Do we want to take all the damage on him? It's quite a lot of damage to take back on it, isn't it? It's still 7 damage. He's down to 3 health. Can we go to 16 here? Yeah, let's do it. No. Oh yeah, because I can't hit face. Oh, Harry, thank you for the raid. Coming in with the big guns. 72 people joining us. Thank you, guys. Welcome to the stream. We're playing. We've got all the new NID cards, so we're basically what I'm putting out there. And I'll ask again now. We've got a bigger audience as well. Is what we can do on this stream is we can play ranked with my normal meta decks. I'm currently like 17th, so my goal is to finish top 10, and I've just not played enough ladder. So I want to experiment with the new NIDS cards, but I'm not going to do that on ranked. I don't know why they've done it 4 games. 4 days from end of the season. It's kind of weird, to be honest. You can just see like the stupid damage we would have got though here. Like imagine this guy attacking twice. Oh, achievement goes off. Precise targeting. What do we think to achievements, boys? I really like it. I really like it. If anyone ever used to play Gwent, they used to have a very similar thing in that. So, like the red ones are... So you start with like this crappy badge, right? And then like, when you finish it, the mission stays the same, but instead of saying 1 out of 5, it goes on to 2 out of 5, and then the thing upgrades. And I'll show you like on my collection, I've got some 5 out of 5 ones. So yeah, you end up with shiny badges, and then you get like loads of achievement points. It's quite cool for those who are planning on being in the game in the long run. You started Gwent last month. Oh man, Harry. Oh Harry, you've missed an era there, my friend. You've missed an era. Gwent was... Ah, makes me want to cry. Honestly, Gwent is just an emotional. It's just a special game, man. Special game. So, boys, what we can do is we can play live ladder. We can play new nids, but will be unranked, or we can play draft. We just drafted actually a kind of like a decent sort of Tyrannid deck. Yeah, Gwent was a phenomenal game, man. Absolutely phenomenal. End of an era. But one of the things that made Gwent good is that many things did, but one of the things was the IP, right? And that's what Warpforge has got going. We've got an amazing IP behind this game. Like, we just need them to actually, we'll keep that. Because that's a good turn 6 play when you're a threat, isn't it? Okay. Swarmlord. Ouch. This is one of our bad cards, wasn't it? Create 3 random Leviathan troops swarming. Yeah, we don't need that card. We're not playing that card. So I think what we're going to do now... You know what? There's actually an argument to play this on turn 6 with the swap with the pool and put 2 of them out. I think we might do that. If we make it that far. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how people play the Terror, because it seems like at the minute there's kind of 2 ideas being explored. One is to take like a standard Tyrannid, good Tyrannid deck, which seems to be like what Mortar's build looks like, and try and leverage just the raw damage of Terror to kind of like end the game quicker. The other approach, which is like my Critters build, which is to like really look at the Warlord power itself and ask yourself how you can kind of maximize the Warlord power. So I have no idea which one is correct. Like, honestly, I don't know. Do you know what? I don't think we can wait. I don't think we can be so greedy as to wait so long. I really don't. I think we have to do this. Yeah, boy. That seems to be the thinking so far from what I've seen. But it'll be really interesting to see how he gets used. He's got to be decent because you can never remove a Warlord, and the fact that he can create the kind of reach he can create, or like high removal, it's super powerful. That's a super powerful ability, but it is situational. I want a 4-drop here, don't we? Oh, what am I doing? Why did I do that? Oh god, I'm so tired, boys. Sorry, I mean the licks obviously should have been next. They should be next to each other. I don't know why I did that. Could be the beer. It could be the unnerving evening. I know, that's crazy, Harry. And it's also funny that we both moved here from North London as well. Okay. The world's bigger than Islington. I got lucky and got 2 Ravenous Hunters, 2 Broodlords, 2 Terrors as well. Lord. I definitely worked through a bit. Gee, lots of fatal turns. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think the thing with Terror is, you know, you're definitely ending the game before turn 8 with Terror. Whichever route you go, right? Because Terror seems to get like really good from about turn 5 onwards, right? That turn 5 onwards, he just starts to get, he sort of starts to grow. You know, the amount of terror he can spread. Like early on, he's not a big deal. We're at turn 7, yeah? Might actually just drop. Actually. Next turn we can play double Von Duda, so let's just drop the guard for now maybe. And just kind of put health on it. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, fuck me. I'm making so many mistakes. Well, Simon, we've looked at 2 decks already so far for the Terror. I'll show you after this game. And maybe you can carry those ideas forward and kind of see how you get on. I'm not playing them in ranked at the minute. I refuse to do that until the new season. They've released the new 2-day expansion 4 days before the end of season. And because I'm setting myself a target of like finishing the top 10, I'm not going to tank my MMR by experimenting, but I want to experiment because we've got new cards. This is why they should release it with this, like the end of the season should be like, that's when the new release comes out, that's when the balance patch comes out. Shut the servers for a day, get it all sorted, and then we're all good to go in the new season. I don't know why that's so complicated. Oh, I thought that was flanked there for a second. I think we're going to have to bring this guy out anyway, right? No, we're not. Yeah, I'll show you my Terror decks after this. I mean, people keep joining, so I'll keep going back to like where I'm at so far. It's very early days though. Like I say, when the new season hits, I'm going to play, really test this stuff on ladder. At the minute, I'm just doing it on practice mode and unranked and things like that. This is a draft. but I'm not tanking my MMR for my ladder whilst I'm experimenting. Again, at the start of the season, doesn't matter. But with 3 days to go, like I'm not doing that. Oh, the accent, mate. I mean, you have to bear in mind, I know you said you're not from Essex, but you have to bear in mind, like, I'm from Yorkshire, I'm a northerner, so anything south of Sheffield sounds like London to me, do you know what I mean? But now obviously I've lived in London, I've lived in Essex. One of my best mates is from Dartford. I used to have a mate from Romford, which I think used to be from, or live in or something, so I'm getting a bit better with differentiating accents and stuff, but right. So Simon was asking about the deck. So we've got two lines of thinking, right? So this is kind of like Mortar's deck, who finished rank 1 last season. Now, when I look at this deck, what this is a really good Tyranid deck. You could swap Terror out for Swarmlord. You could swap Terror out for Neurothrope, and this would just look like a pretty close to tier 1 kind of like, you know, Tyranid deck. So then the question is, why are we using Terror with this build, right? It doesn't seem like it's particularly, you know, playing into the Terror's ability. Like, you know, you're not going. There's a few opportunities, like the turn you play Neuraloid. You've got some stealth units, so I guess you can set up sort of three units, maybe 4 if you're really lucky. But you know what I mean? It's not built around the Terror's Warlord trait. What's his trait called now? What's it? Alpha Warrior, isn't it? Yeah. It's not built around Alpha Warrior. But like I just said, it's a really powerful tier 1 deck, right? So this line of thinking is more like play the good Tyranid deck, and then what does Terror give you over the other two? Well, what he gives you is probably a couple of turns of just devastating power. You know, like Swarmlord's ability. Well, Swarmlord's ability can kind of give, not would I call it devastating power? It's pretty good. If you use Swarmlord on a Synapse unit and his unit's down, it's pretty good. That usually doesn't happen until turn 6 onwards, though. Whereas Terror can just help you end the game. You know, all you need is 2 turns where you use his power with a, you know, 3 units on the board, and that's like proper killy from the Orcs. You know, like you win the game with that. So that's what it's giving you. Like Neurothrope is more subtle. It gives you subtle advantages. I really like Neurothrope. It's got flexibility. You know, we can kind of build our board a little bit bigger, or we can attack and all that sort of stuff. But it's not like devastating. It's like subtle advantages. So what Terror's given us is that kind of like devastation, that kind of proper killy. So in other words, it helps you end the game quicker. So that's one line of thinking that I've seen so far with Terror. And again, I really want to test this more. I've smashed people in smashed AI in practice, obviously, but what that looks like on ranked, I don't know. The other line of play you can go down with Terror is what I've been doing with my Critters build. Sorry if you've already heard me talk about this, boys. I'm going to do a little giveaway of a deck pack in a minute, by the way. But we'll just finish this. So the Critters build is me thinking more around like, how do I play into the Terror's ability? So what I'm looking for here is the ability to go wide. Now again, you're not really going off with Terror in the first few turns because you're having to play your units out. But the thing with this deck is it's all about we're playing every turn, right? So first turn we'll play 2 Rippers, or we'll play a Spore. It's the only turn in the game we would want to miss not playing anything. But ideally we're playing something every turn. Now we're not looking to play Vardenghast's ability probably till turn 4 or 5. But once we hit like 5, 6, 7, it's on, and it's on big. Like, I've had a full board. I've had 8 units down with this. It's insane. And again, what that all leads to is winning the game by turn 7-8. You got the Toxic Entanglement in there because you've got lots of little critters, so you can wipe units out. This is a good card, by the way. Really good card. We got the Tyranny Guard, which, again, I don't know if it's right, but the idea is there that in a deck that's full of like 1s and 2s and 3 drops, the Guard can protect the board for a second. Might be right, might be wrong in that, but that's the thinking. Broodlord I didn't have in originally, but I've put him in because, well, first of all, obviously he's just probably the best. He's just a brilliant card, but I've put him in more because it gives the deck an alternative win con. So if we're playing like Eldari, for example, I can imagine a really good Galen deck just removing all our stuff and just keeping us off the board, basically. And that might be a game where you just suddenly slam Broodlord, and the next turn you slam Ravenous Hunter and you win anyway. So it's more like an alternative win con. So yeah, so Simon, they tend to be, that seems to me to be the kind of two different ways. This is almost like what I'd call like an aggro combo deck, where, aggro combo or tempo combo. Tempo combo. It's a tempo combo because we're playing on, we're maximizing our tempo. We are removing the board, but it kind of is like aggro, isn't it? Because I mean, overall the style of play is aggro, but I say combo because it is that kind of turn 5 to 7 where you go wide and you play Terra's Alpha Warrior and you just win the game. So yeah, Tyranny Invasion gives you kind of like a turn 8 play, right? It's like it's cleared all your board, everything's failing, but you've been chipping away, and then you just drop this. 4 units come down, maybe even got a Neuraloid in hand. 5 units. It's +6 on your Vardenghast. There's a lot of things I'm unsure about. One of the biggest things in this version is the Overwhelming Swarm. So what I'm trying to figure out with this is, even in this type of build, whether Overlording Swarm is correct. So I'll give you an example. Let's say it's turn 6. It costs us 2 energy to play that, and we want to play the turn that we swarm. We want to be able to play Alpha Warrior, so that's another 2. So that's 4 gone already. Now, yes, the swarm has made our troops 1 less, okay, but we've used 4, so we've only got 2 left anyway. If it's turn 6, let's say it was turn 7, we got 3 left. Okay, fine. We can drop 3 Hormagaunts, or we can drop 3. I mean, obviously Rippers would be free, so that'd be cool. But 3 Neuragons. But the thing is, if we didn't play the Overwhelming Swarm, 7 mana. Alpha Warrior costs 2. That gives us 5 mana still. Okay, we could have played 2 instead of 3. So in other words, even late in the game, because that is late game, turn 7 is late with this deck, it's still only getting us 1 more Gaunt out. So I'm honestly not that sure that Overwhelming Swarm is even correct in this deck, because the games end too quick. Like, that 1 extra Gaunt it can get out from turn 6 onwards, it's not really worth it. I don't know. That's not accounting for the Ripper Swarms, which are obviously then coming out free. That's big. So I'm not sure. This is one of these things where I really want to test it on ranked, and that's one of the things I'll be doing next season. Deck 2 looks fun and different than what I've tried in the past. So it ties in a lot of the new cards from the drop. Is he better than the Swarm Lord? No, I don't think he's better than the Swarm Lord. No, I mean, right now, the safer bet, if you were like sitting on a legendary and you were like, do I craft Swarm or Terror? Right now, I think I would pick Swarm Lord. Swarm Lord is a safe bet, man. I mean, I really like the Neuro throw, to be honest. My other deck, which we'll look at in a second, I really like the Neuro throw. So, right, let's give a pack away. Let's give a pack away. Okay. It's a double question. Okay. I'm looking for the absolute correct names, and it's going in. This has got to go in the chat. So the first one to get this right, get both answers right in chat, wins a booster pack. You just got to DM me on Discord, and I'll send you the booster pack. Okay. So in Warpforge we have Orcs, and we have Necrons, obviously. But the question is, what is the actual name of the clan and the actual Necron dynasty in the game? So full names in chat. First one to do that wins a booster pack. So yeah, Harry, I would say the Swarm Lord is the safer bet. But we don't know with Terror yet. Like, it could be powerful. It could be powerful. You know, I really want to know how Mortar's getting on with this, because this is like a deck that you could this could easily be a Swarm Lord deck, easily, right? But that burst that Terror gives you is good. Like, the only way you really usually get that kind of burst is through an Adrenaline Surge, or obviously Ravenous Hunter on a Synapse creature, plus Swarm Lord has 3 attack anyway, basic. But this guy gets all that, plus the Alpha Warrior. So it kind of depends on the style of play you want as well. Like, if you want control, I would say Neurothroat. If you want, or Swarm Lord, but Swarm Lord's more like a sort of mid-range until he he uses his 3 attack to better control the board. Basically, that's the idea. You think about playing against like Space Marines. He kills the Firstborn against Uriel, then he kills the Stern Guard, right? Without even playing a unit. But what they do is they control the board, build big units, and then they use Ravenous Hunter and win. That's basically what happens. You can do a stealth flavor too with Swarm Lord, obviously. But that's the idea. You build the board, you get better, bigger units per point of energy with Tyranids than any other faction. So you dominate the board, you control the board, and then you turn it on and you switch to the beatdown once you hit like Ravenous Hunter. Basically, that's kind of like how he wins. Terror seems to be different. Terror seems like he can offer you something different. Terror seems like, you know, if you think about Orcs with the proper killie, you know, he's kind of got that. He's got that reach himself. And, you know, if you take Mortar's version here, he's doing the same stuff anyway, so you've still got the kind of same win cons. It's just that you've got that reach. So this could be really good, this deck. I mean, I really want to talk to Mortar actually about it, because I'm curious whether it's just like he's just taken what's a good mid deck and thrown it in to see, or whether he's like really thought this through. Right. I'm going to leave that up. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so who won the competition? Let's have a look. Looks like Simon won it. Yep, so Simon, hit me up on Discord, and I will send a pack your way, my friend. The Sautek Dynasty and the Goth Clan, absolutely. What I'm really hoping is, we're going to get is like Necron cards, but different dynasties, or Orc cards, but different clans. So some of the cards will be unique to like the Goth clan, but then some of the Orc cards you'll be able to play in different clans. That's what I think will be really cool. So yeah, so good question. Is Overwhelming Swarm actually worth it? Yeah, like Overwhelming Swarm is really meant to be a Turvagon card, right? Because Turvagon, the idea of Turvagon, not that it really works this way, but the idea of Turvagon is meant to be the late game Tyranid faction, right? Tyranid warlord. So Overwhelming Swarm makes a lot of sense because you can play that in like turn 9 or whatever and just flood the board. I thought in this Critters deck it would make sense because it would let me go wide quicker. But what I'm realizing is, by the time it actually lets you go wide, with the exception of Ripper Swarm, because Ripper Swarm being 0, obviously once something doesn't cost anything, different ball game. So it's very good for Rippers. It might be correct just because of Rippers, to be honest. But outside of the Ripper Swarm, even the 2-mana Swarm units, by the time the Swarm like pays off, it's too late, really. Like this deck's probably going to be winning. The game's going to be over by turn 8. It's going to be over. You win or lose, it'll be over by turn 8 for sure. The Neuro deck. Okay, so my pre-patch Neuro deck. Oh no, I already updated this. So this was kind of, I had a pre-patch Neuro deck and then I started to update it, and it's not really finished. So I used to have the Hive Tyrant here instead of the Neuro Tyrant. I didn't have this in this. To be honest, I don't actually have my pre-patch one. But the one that I just built with the Norm Emissary was this. That one that I was just on was like, what does the meta Neurothrope look like? And I'm trying to work towards it, but I made a lot of changes from my old one, so it's not really, I can't put it out there as that yet. But this is like, if you were going to use the Norm Queen, the Norm Emissary, something like this is pretty good. I definitely think Neurothrope's correct for the Norm Emissary, and you definitely need to run this card because Non-Emissary only reduces in cost when it's in your hand. But what I found is that, especially when you hit that kind of turn 5 to 7, you can often trigger this like 3 times in a turn because you've got a lot of things that are only 1. You've got the Neurothropes, Spirit Leech, you got like Encircle the Prey, Predator Instincts. They're only 1 energy. Hive Tyrant is best in Neurothrope. And the reason is that his ability, it's kind of like Swarm Lord's ability on steroids, basically. So why would you need it? But it's like, why you don't really need it in Swarm Lord because you've got Swarm Lord's ability. Like, but in Neurothrope, you don't have that ability to basically build your units to the same degree, you know, +1 to the damages and the health. Well, you do with the Hive Tyrant. But I'm just thinking that in the meta version, the problem with the Hive Tyrant is he's quite slow. And you'll have many games where he does nothing. You don't use him. And also he's got to survive. So you can play him and he does nothing. Whereas this guy, He's coming down a turn earlier. He's actually got, what's the, let's have a look at the Hive Tyrant. He's actually got the same health as the Hive Tyrant, and he's flying, right? A Hive Tyrant can get taken out by melee damage. You know, you think about things like the Flanker, the Destroyer for 4 energy, and Necrons that has 5. You know, there's lots of things. It's Chaos. You know, there's lots of things that can just take this out. This guy's going to die, basically, is what I'm saying. Whereas our new dude, he's quite hard to kill. It's quite hard to kill. 8 health on turn 6 with flying that's no joke. Turn 7, sometimes you play him with the Warlord talent. It's really good. Oh, when you see, oh yeah, you did say Hive Tyrant. Yeah, I mean, I would say if you've got the Hive Tyrant and you haven't got, then I would definitely start with the Hive Tyrant in a Neurothrope deck. But I'm wondering whether he's just a bit too slow. Yeah, he might get nerfed. I used it with Rippers as a removal, buffed the Terror, and ate a big troop. I needed gone. Yeah. I'll tell you what, man. This card here. This is low key. Like, Demos is really changing my perspective on this card. I used to just think it was trash. It's actually really good. So, 80% of the time, this card is a 3-drop. That's what people don't realize. Like 80% of the time, this card is a 3-drop. It's just a 3/3. It's a 3/3 for 3, which trades pretty well with most 3-drops in the game, right? And the Tyranids don't have many good 3-drops that trade well. We've got the Tyranid Warriors, which in a Neurothrope deck you should be playing anyway. So then you're looking for your next 3-drops, and you need them because you need the tempo, and the Ripper Swarm's great for that. But the other thing about the Ripper Swarm is the flexibility of it, so you can play it as a 2-drop. Just play 2 of them. Then you can take tempo. Or on turn 7, you know, you might drop a Carnifex, and then you could play these out as 2/1/1s or a 2/2. You can play 3 of them out separately if you're expecting, let's say, armoured units like enemy Carnifexes, and just keep, you know, 3 of these attacking, like they just take 3 damage off, right? So it's essentially like ignoring armour. And the other thing is the synergy that it has with the Tyranid Prime. Because if you've got the Prime, you can obviously mob up, and they'll gain a +1 melee attack and health each time you trigger Swarm while you're doing that twice. So low key, Ripper Swarm is very good, and I would probably include it in a Neurothrope deck. That's a bit of a secret. What are we doing, boys? Right, let's put in chat number 1 if you want me to play Draft. Draft, we've got Tyranids, so we will have in here. We will have some of the new cards, including the Norm Emissary. So number 1 if you want Draft. Number 2 if you want me to just use the new Tyranid decks but non-ranked, non-ladder play. So you're happy for me to be playing against bots. Or 3 to just play ranked, and I'll be using Gruk. I'll be using my Gruk deck. So 1, 2, or 3. Just give you a minute. What do you want to see, boys? What do you want to see? Couple of 2s coming through. Non-ranked new territory. Yeah, okay. I wonder if we can get unranked. You never know. We might actually get a human. try Mortar's deck. We don't want night attack because we have the new 4-drop. Oh, what's going on with the game? Why are we not getting anything? Yo, Arthur, welcome back, buddy. Do I see the new Warlord having potential to be top tier on ladder? My initial gut reaction is... Well, the first thing I'll say on that, Arthur, is... New season 3 days away. We haven't seen what the balance patch notes are. And that is something I'm massively conscious of because everyone's getting excited because the new NIDs are out. And they're thinking about how powerful is it, how does it compare, but we don't know what the nerfs and buffs are, which are 3 days away. And you can guarantee that when you think about the game design of these new cards, the developers will be thinking about the patch. So that's the first thing. Second thought on that is initially I would say no, I don't think it would be top tier. But, and this is a big but actually. It seems to me to be an aggro-based Warlord, and the one thing about these Everguild games is that low curve, like tempo-y decks tend to do better. So that makes me think that if we can figure out the right build for it, it actually could. I haven't played with it enough to know, is the honest truth. I really haven't played with it enough to know, but wow, that looks good, doesn't it, if we could have that next turn. One of the biggest issues you've got when you're talking about Tyranids being tier 1 is just Orcs. Like, Orcs are just such a counter to Tyranids, because they're the deck with the hard removal that doesn't care about stealth, basically. So while ever Tyranids are prominent, Orcs are going to be super powerful, like super meta. Like Orcs, honestly guys, Orcs are just phenomenal. They're just phenomenal. But like I say, that it's more just because they're so well placed in the meta. That's what makes the Orcs so good. Like my main ranked deck this season was probably Galen, but now that I'm like going for like, I think the best deck in the game is Gruk Control. That's what I'm climbing with at the minute. But I climbed a lot with Galen. He's very good too. She's very good too. No, I definitely think it's better than Turvagon. It's not in the meme league of Turvagon for sure. No. It's way better than Turvagon. For quite a fundamental reason as well, right? Like, the thing about Turvagon, he's a late game concept. And this game is not very, like, late game decks just don't do very well in this game. So it's definitely not that. Chaos versus Tyranids is interesting. I think it's like depends who gets the depends who gets the better tempo usually. Like I think Tyranids can steamroll Chaos, and I think Chaos can steamroll Tyranids. It just depends who gets the better. Oh boy. Okay. We win. Usual Tyranid shenanigans. Ooh, Mind of Steel. Whoa, we get the achievements are popping off. Can you see the achievements on there? I probably can't because I think my face is in the way. Whoa! We just got like 5 achievements there. What the hell just happened, man? Achievements just popped off. 2 seconds. Sorry, guys. Let's have a look. Does Lich Guard have the same stats as Tyrant Guard? Yeah, but Lich Guard has Remnant. Actually, Lich Guard has 6 health as well, I think. Pretty sure. Yeah, so he has 1 extra health, and he has Remnant. I mean, it's no competition, really. Lich Guard is very good. So, I don't know, I mean, like... what do we think to this version then, boys? Like... it's just like I say, it's almost what I call Tyranid good deck, but with terror. Let's try it again, and then we can try the critters. Kind of want to play a bit of Norm Queen as well. Let's give away some more packs as well. Did Simon message me? Oh my. Well, hello. Hey, Guinevere. That's a good... it's actually a very interesting question, like the way you worded that, because on paper it looks absolutely bonkers to me. In practice, I would say not as good. Reminds me of Squig Buggy in that regard. That's not to say I think it's bad, but just not as good as it looks on paper. Because, for example, I had a game where I kept it in my opening hand. And turn 8 came around, it was still there. You know, so... kind of seems like a waste of a card if that's the case. Yeah, because like the thing about this card is you're waiting for that turn when you want to play a unit like a Carnifex or something, and then you want to get the kind of synapse benefit. Like here we've got enhanced organism, right? So we're looking for a board state where we don't have synapse, but we want to play enhanced organism, right? So that's when you play Neuraloid, because you get to get the synapse for free. That's actually quite situational. So what's going to happen is this is going to sit in your hand for, you know, potentially 8 turns. Well, a lot of turns doing nothing. So, I don't know. Where the hell are our cards, man? What is this? I mean, the other thing is, he does have good synergy with this guy, right? Because it allows him to get better. So we could, I think this turn actually, we might actually do something like this. Okay, he's absolutely bonkers, I take it back. Yeah, the art's lovely. I have to say the art on the new card's fantastic. I am becoming quite impressed with the art. Oh look, we can flank all these spells that we've got in our hand. Okay, have we won the game? Is this lethal? 5, 10? No, it's not, is it? 16. If it was the next turn, it would be. Is that right? Seems like a decent turn for this. It's adorable. My missus threatened to steal my mini of it because she finds it so cute. I mean, okay. Okay, don't even need to use that here. Guinevere, I think, yeah, I agree with you. I think we just kind of got our answer right. I mean, Neuraloid is, but you know, when you think about that turn, right? When you think about that turn, if you look at the hand that we had, the hand was so bad. That was exactly what we were kind of like talking about. I'm just gonna wind it on. So when we use Neuraloid, wasn't this turn, was it? It was next turn, wasn't it? So like, look at our hand. Like, look at our hand. We have nothing. We don't have a unit we can play. That's where Neuraloid's like. That's kind of like, it's situational, isn't it? That's what we were talking about. That, and we had the enhanced organism. Count effects was lowered. It worked out perfectly there. Yeah. So, by the way, I love that replay mode. I've got a video coming out tomorrow, which is a deck guide of the best deck in the game, and I use the replay mode, and actually I love it because I can properly kind of commentate and properly break down my players, which I can't do live because I'm thinking internally. Honestly, check out the video tomorrow and let me know what you think. I think it's one of my better videos, to be honest. So this deck, right? This deck is, the damage output of this deck's insane because I like that we're running like 2 augmented ferocities, so that we can, you know, again to Guinevere's point, you know, we can use the Neuraloid for free, and we can give everybody +2 attack. We got the Adrenal Surge, +2 attack. Obviously, Ravenous Hunter, +1 attack twice. So we got lots of ways to, and then of course, Alpha Warrior. So we have lots of ways to just like dial up the damage quick. So this deck seems to be pretty good, even though I really want to test it a lot more. I'm still skeptical as to whether it's better than the Swarm Lord or new thingy version, but I actually am starting to see that I think maybe the damage output's bigger. So yeah, this could be legit. And look, Mortar knows what he's doing, right? He was rank 1 last season. I haven't talked to him about this. This could literally... You gotta be careful as well, because when new expansions come out, like, you need to ask players. Like, I'll always try and be honest when I'm streaming or whatever. I'll tell you if it's like, this is the meta. Like, the deck I'm releasing tomorrow, the deck guide, that deck is so fine tuned, and I'll tell you, you know, this is. But also, you've got to be careful, because when you're experimenting with stuff, like, you don't know. At the minute, we're just experimenting with a lot of the tyranny stuff. So I don't know whether Mortar's thinking this is the nuts, or whether he's thinking it's just the first thing I threw together. I don't know, because I haven't spoke to him, but I will do. Let's try. Should we try Critters, which is the more kind of hardy version of it, or do we want to play some Norm Queen, Norm Emissary? Let's say put 1 in chat for Critters, 2 in chat for Norm Emissary. What do we want to play next? Norm Queen. Alright, let's play some Norm Queen. But just before we do, let's give away a pack, a free booster pack. So, same rules apply. First one to get the correct answer in chat wins a free booster pack. So the question is, in what year... I'll give you a clue. It starts with 19. So it's the 20th century. In what year was... Warhammer 40k first launched? In what year was Warhammer 40k first launched? So the first one to give me that year in chat wins a booster pack. I think Norm Emissary is going to be a fun card. I don't know whether it's going to be like a really meta deck. But what I'm trying to do in this deck is put it into a good deck that's sort of like good existing on its own. Let's do it this way, I think. And then, ooh, 1987. Who said that? Guinevere. The year after my brother was born. Well, Guinevere, hit me up on Discord. Hit me up. That sounds wrong, doesn't it? Just drop me a DM on Discord, and I will send you your code. Congratulations. Yeah, so what I'm trying to do in this deck is take a deck that's kind of like the shell of the deck's already good, and think about how we build Norm Emissary in as an additional win con. So in the games I've played with this deck so far, half the games are not even reliant on the Norm Emissary. But then the other half, I've had some pretty good wins with it, so... You're welcome. And who do I owe somebody else? I know Nikotos got his code. Who was the person? Simon. If Simon's still here, I think I still owe you. If you want to message in the Discord, we will get your deck your pack sorted out as well. Guinevere. That's a lovely name. Is that your real name, or is it your gamer name? Okay, so what are we up to now? I feel like next turn is when I really want to be dropping Spore Assist. So what I'm actually tempted to do is draw here and then trigger Norm again. But the question is, do we trigger it with Stealth or do we trigger it with Heal? I think we just do it with Heal. I think I'd rather Stealth something a little bit more important, to be honest. Okay, so Guinevere is the real name. It's just the last name that's the gamer one. Okay. So as we said, so I think what we're going to do here is stealth up. Yeah, I mean, like I say, I really do think that it's possible that Norm Emissary can fit into a good Neurothrope meta deck as an alternative win con. As long as you build the deck in a way where, like I say, it can actually win without it happening. I could see that. I could see it making a. But like you say, orcs are a real problem. But there's some things that can help against orcs, like flank, for example. That's a big one. Against orcs, I'd be looking to kind of combo it with flank. Okay, let's see. I think this could well be a turn for this. Ah, kind of messed that up. Yeah, and I love the mechanic. The only thing I'm just sad about is that it only discounts when Norm Emissary is in your hand. Because I actually think it should just happen wherever it is in the deck. Because it probably isn't going to affect it coming out any earlier anyway. What happened there? I wasn't even looking. Oh, it's emissary time. So it would be emissary time. Is it emissary time? Go on then. Shits and giggles. Go on then, Sir Hodgeston. Hit me with your methodical destruction. Yeah, there you go. Little do you know, I've got another one. I think we'll... Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll do this. We'll do this. And we'll do this. I love orcs. I'm excited to share with you my video tomorrow, because I've kind of gone back to my original deck, and my mate is literally top of ladder right now with it. Or second, I think he is. Alsku. And it's such a good deck, and it's also cool because it's got a higher skill ceiling. It's not an easy deck. That's why I called it rock hard, actually. Because it was originally actually pretty difficult to play. I kind of don't want to just drop this because I want to I want to use the flank with it in case he has got the second the second one. So what do we do? We could just drop this and drop this and just say, okay, we're going to put a bit of pressure on you. We're not going to attack because that would allow him to remove it with the Warlord talent and his range attack. So we're just going to make him, yeah, okay. I mean, this is again annoying because we've actually got a pretty good answer there, haven't we? Oh no. Oh no. That's going to be another methodical destruction. Fuck. Yeah, Orcs is a great faction. I think it's the best faction in the game. And, like, I don't know, if you just want to learn the game and just get good and you know you've got the tools and it's just about developing your game, then Orcs is like the best faction for sure. And we lost connection. Brilliant. By the way, I should have attacked when you were thought there. Oh, come the fuck on. Seriously? Oh well, there goes this game then. He just got that off of the 2-drop though. Okay, this is good. This is good. Okay, I think we've won now. I think we're going to go a melee attack here. This is a rare situation where we do this. Because we've got the stealth and we're setting up lethal next turn. Next turn we just go for that. Unless he's got the AoE clear, basically. We lose the AoE clear. I mean, Gaz is alright, but Grook is like... They went too far with Gaz last season, and that's why Gaz took over. But Grook has always been the best Warlord power. Like, people just don't realise how good that ability is. It's just so good. Okay. We got that one. I'll be back in a sec. Oh, so sorry, guys. My little boy had a danger nap today, and he is wide awake. He's bless him. Right. Okay. Oh, there is fatigue damage, Frank Knight. That is interesting. When did that happen? By the way, have we had a mini patch? Because there's something else that someone's... 1.8.8. No, that is the patch. So maybe they added fatigue damage on stealth there then. How does it work then, Frank Knight? So is it like when we run out of cards, we take 1 damage, then 2, then 3? Is that how it works? That's good. Happy about that. Finally a downside to Grook. Because I've fatigued against Necrons with Grook before. Quite a few times actually. So Arthur, generally speaking, what fatigue is in CCGs is when you run out of cards. So when you should draw a card at the start of the turn, if you can't draw a card, you basically fatigue, which means that, well, it can either mean you just take a certain amount of damage each turn, like 1 damage each turn, or it can get worse. So the first time it could be 1, and the next time it could be 2. Different CCGs do it differently, but Warpforge never had fatigue, so you weren't actually, there was actually no downside. Well, other than the fact you wouldn't draw any more resources. So that's really interesting. I've also heard, and we haven't played ladder yet, but I'm also hearing that some people are saying that the Ecclesiarch was saying that you're getting more points. That they might have tweaked the points a little bit on ladder, which is interesting. It was really interesting. It's like Papa's lost a few. So yeah, let's Norm Queen it up again. I mean, guys, we played 2 Norm Queens there. He removed them both and we still won. It's pretty good. Yeah, Harry. Go for it, my man. Also, Harry, it'd be really cool to have you on the podcast with me and Ecclesiarch. If people haven't heard the podcast yet, go find it. It's on my channel. But it's great. We sit around, we talk about Warpforge, we talk about the game. The next one we're recording with Long Tim. The last one we just had Papa Beard on, who's been like rank 1 most of the season. So, yeah, definitely love to get you on there, Harry. That'd be cool, man. Let's have a look. We'll keep tendrils, I guess. Probably get rid of flank in this situation. Yes. Yeah, will do, Harry. I won't ask you what your time zone is, mate. I think I can figure it out. Yeah, you're like 30 minutes away from me. How crazy is that? Ha, pub garden, I like it. We used to do that when we used to do the so I used to run a podcast called 40k UK when we used to play a tabletop game and used to play in the tournament scene a lot, and that's exactly what we used to do. Like, we'd record people in the pub after games and chat and stuff, and it was brilliant. So much fun. Oh my lord. We're playing a bot and we're playing this shit. Lord, give me strength. Okay. I feel like we've got to... Oh, man. I'm seriously thinking like whether we just gene steal here. Oh, it's so painful. Even the armor doesn't do anything. Okay, next turn we can start playing the game. Oh. Okay, we can start playing the game, boys. Let's look at fucking hell. We're probably still gonna win. Right, ready? And then you kind of get these turns where you can kind of trigger this several times around here. So you don't have to get too worried that you didn't get it every time in the early game. I should have played that first, actually. That was a mistake. Oh, God, I'm bad, man. The next turn we get the emissary in. Dalos88, is this game free to play friendly? That's a great question. I personally think the answer to that question is yes. And I'll kind of expand on that a little bit, but I might just finish this game quickly and then expand on that a little bit. So the first thing we want to do here is... might as well heal a bit. Wait. No, we'll do this instead. No, we won't. We'll do this. Okay, so we can't do what I was hoping. bit locked out, so we just have to play it as is. Look, you can imagine ever having this kind of board with the Terror, you just end the game, right? Neurothrop's more of a subtle kind of like control-y, chip away type of warlord. So yeah guys, if any of you are new and you've not actually ever seen my YouTube channel, go ahead and check it out. I've tried to basically make stuff. When I got into the game, there weren't many creators really, and I was looking for a certain type of content, couldn't really find it. So yeah, I just kind of made stuff that I kind of thought I'd want to see as a player. So hopefully you find something useful in there. We got all sorts of stuff. That's my link to my channel. Had a bit of a rant yesterday, actually, to be honest. Oh, look at this. Do we even want to? Come on then. Do you know what I'm actually tempted to do instead? I want to do this. Oh boy. There we go. We ended the game with the Norman Emissary. So yeah, I mean, I think the game is free to play friendly because look, I bought the premium campaigns. I think the premium campaigns, as I've said it multiple times, videos, podcasts, I've said it loads of times. I really think that if you're gonna spend any money on this game, the best thing to do is drop the $20 or whatever it is for the premium campaigns. They're great value. I wish there were more that I could play, to be honest. You know, they're fun to play, and you get guaranteed 3 legendaries. I started out with Necrons, right, and I kind of just raced to the end. You don't craft any legendaries until you finish the campaign, because there's a random element. I talk more about that in some of my videos. But then you basically get to choose 3 legendaries. By the end of that, you've got a top tier deck. So it took me a week to do that. Right? I think that's pretty good. Now, if I just went completely free to play, I would say I could have still add the premium deck. Might have taken a few more weeks. But I've played so many games now, right? I've played so many CCGs that I think it is not the kind of like softest. It's not like the craziest. Gwent was super generous. Legend of Runeterra was very generous. Shadowverse is very generous. It's not quite on their level of generosity, but it's nowhere near the Marvel Snap levels, for example, or Magic the Gathering. But I will say this, guys, like I haven't done a video on this, but I'm really been deeply thinking about this. I don't know how many of you like played Legends of Runeterra, or if you've been keeping up with the news recently, but basically it's a bit sad because that game technically is like probably one of the best CCGs ever made. Just in terms of like pure gameplay. But it's essentially kind of like folded PvP, and there's some really interesting lessons to like learn from the game about that, because be careful what you wish for, right? Because the least, in many ways, like the least free to play friendly CCG right now is Marvel Snap. And guess what? That's the one CCG outside of Hearthstone that's really thriving, right? And those guys are not stupid. Like, they're the original Benbro, they're the original creators of Hearthstone, and they learned some lessons. And We don't want to admit this as like human beings, but like, if you look at how I'm cheating a bit here because it's kind of like a little bit linked to something I do for my job. So, like, if you look at human psychology, Marvel Snap gets it, and that's why it's so successful. Even though you have to pay money to like keep up, but the thing with Snap is like they'll say it's a play to win, not pay to win, because they've designed a system that someone can't just come in and buy the new cards. Now you might say, well, that's a really good thing. Yeah. The main thing is like if you make it too, look at Gwent, look at LOR. You know, these games they've ended. Hearthstone's still going, Magic's still going, Snap's booming. So, you know, be careful what you wish for. Is what I would say. It's like there's the short-term you and there's the long-term you, right? The short-term you is like, oh my god, you know, this is so expensive. Or why? You know, this person's got this legendary deck because they dropped money and it's pay to win. The long-term you is like, I really like this game. I want it to still be here in 2 years. So, but anyway, sorry, that was a bit of a rant. Is it free-to-play friendly? I think so. If you're going to put the time into the game, I mean, like, my collection now is insane. I only started in November, start of November, I think it was. If I look at my cards, if I look at legendaries, for example, you know, I've got, you know, let's say unowned. So the marine ones, I haven't got Avenging Zeal. I've got all the others. Orcs, I've got them all. Eldar, I haven't got Avatar because he sucks. If he ever gets nerfed and buffed, then I'll get him. Necrons, got them all. Although I have to say that was very recent. Like I literally got Res Orb and this guy yesterday. I got this guy yesterday and Res Orb like 2 or 3 days ago. So I was without these two for a long time. Actually, I need to go back to Necrons because I've been wanting. There's a couple of decks that I needed these two cards for, so I'm gonna go back to them, do some stuff soon. Chaos, got them all, and Tyranids, got them all. So I have put money in the game, so I can't sit here and be like, oh, you know, I'm free to play and I've got everything. But my point is that like I've already stopped sort of looking at like the missions and trying to maximize my missions and things like that. And I think I only started in November. It shouldn't be like that. I know it's early access and everything, but it just goes to show that actually could have free to played it and just taken it a bit slower. And as long as you like pick a faction first and you sort of get to a decent place with that before you move on, you know, you'll be playing good decks before you know it. And when I first started, by the way, the first few weeks, all I played was like practice mode. You know, I love this. I think this is fantastic. I think this is one of the best things about the game. These decks are pre-made. They've got legendary cards in that you don't even own yet that you can use. They teach you the mechanics of the game. They count towards the missions. I mean, that's fantastic. A lot of CCGs don't have that. Then you've got the draft, you know. So I just think it's very reasonable. It's very reasonable. If you're going to play, you know, if you're going to commit to, you know, the idea of free to play is you should be playing the game a lot and collecting, you know. Guinevere says, I got offered the Chaos campaign for half off when I got near the end of the campaign track. Wow, best value I've seen, and the first time I've seen the 100% value tag be accurate. Yeah, I don't know what that plus 100%. What Guinevere is talking about is this. By the way, what was the card today? Oh, Sergeant Telliot. She's talking about this, where it kind of says in the red bar at the top, plus 100%, plus 60%. This just feels like someone made this up, doesn't it? Yeah, the campaigns are brilliant, guys. I would wholeheartedly recommend, even if you get one, you pick the faction you want, and just drop the $20 or whatever it is, and get a premium campaign, because you'll just get a guaranteed 3 legendaries and you're away. You know, like if you think about Uriel, you know, not Battle Log, if you look at Papa Beard, right? He's third at the minute. He's been top for most of the season. Who knows where we'll end? It's the fight. You know, the race is on now in the next 3 days. Papa Beard and Snowfire, both of those guys are both running a Uriel deck. Okay, to run that deck, you don't need any legendaries actually. To be fair, Humanity's Shield is very, very good, and they both run it. So if you've got Humanity, if you're gonna get one legendary, you get Humanity's Shield. You don't need any other legendaries in that deck. Like I think Papa does run the Librarian, but I mean, you honestly don't need him. You honestly don't need him. You could easily get rank 1 ladder playing that deck well without the Librarian, 100%. So yeah, one legendary. You know, other decks like the Eldar, for example, the one that Shrigma Mail's playing, which I just released a few days ago. I've released this deck, so if you go and look at the Galen deck guide that I released I did it in 2 parts. There's 2 videos. One says 85% because that's what I got at the time of playing, finishing my, I think it was 35 games. But anyway, that's Shrigma's deck, and that deck has a lot of legendaries in. Yeah, it has like 4 or 5 legendaries in. But the Ultramarine one was like 1. You know, Orcs kind of probably not as bad as the Eldar. I think Eldar are the one where you really need the legendaries. You really need them. But Orcs, like, you really want Makari. Probably really want Orc Nob. You don't need Rock Invasion. I mean, Necrons, you probably want Tomb World. But see, like, what I'm trying to say is, like, a lot of meta decks don't rely on you having all the legendaries. That's not how it works. The only thing I wish this game had was dusting. I really don't care for the forge system. I'd rather be able to just dust and craft. Otherwise, love it. Yeah, the forge is a bit weird. I can't tell if I like it or not. Because it comes back to this thing we were talking about earlier, like, if you can just craft immediately, that feels good in the short term. I'm not sure if it's good in the long term. But what they've done to counter that, the fact that you can't craft, is because that's very Marvel Snap, right? Like, you can't craft the new card. But what they have done, which isn't very Marvel Snap, is this thing that you can just buy the new cards. Like, that's interesting. So you see all these games trying slightly different strategies, slightly different approaches. and Chaos both feel like they can make pretty decent decks very early on. Definitely. I think UM's definitely the most beginner friendly faction. I don't know about Chaos. I'm not sure about that. Oh man, this thing. Double read resilience, huh? Okay, I will stop hitting you then. So Guinevere, I still need to send you a code, and I'll probably give away another pack after this one, and then I might call it a night. So I want to go and play some ladder actually. Let's go and just kind of kill this off. 2 seconds. Sorry guys, the next stream I do will be less bitty than this, I do promise. So we get a stealth on. Nine, 7. Need 2 more to get this down to 7. Get the nice buff from the alpha there. Imagine we draw a flank now. Flank with the lols. To be honest, I think we've got to wait a turn anyway with this guy. I think we need to play this first. Oh no. Oh no. Forgot about that card. It's been a while. Okay, one of these hit you. No, come on. Okay. I'm gonna have to die. One of you's gonna have to die. I think it's gonna be you. Yeah, it's gonna be you. And you're gonna heal. Set up lethal if he hasn't got it. Oh, Guinevere. I wonder if a Neuraloid's gonna be the shiznit here for us. Let's see. How? How'd you be so bad? Oh, this is quite cool, by the way. You can like Neurotyrant into Tendrils, and then you can play Tendrils again. So it's a great way of refilling your hand, but we just haven't got time here because we sort of need to go. So I think we're just going to Tendrils first, to be honest. Here we go. We got the flank. Perfect. Right. Got him. Okay, let's give away another pack. Let's give away another pack, because I do feel so bad for all of you guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me, because my young son is wide awake and he had a danger nap, and I've been up and down like a yo-yo, so it's not been the best stream. I do apologise. So what are we going to do for this last pack? What are we going to do for the last pack? Okay. Okay, might give away two. So the first question, first one to essentially write the answer in chat wins a pack. And the question is, in what year was Games Workshop founded? In what year was Games Workshop originally founded? Okay, first one to get the answer right in chat. What year was Games Workshop originally founded? We got a 1983 from Overhamster. That's actually not correct. That's a good effort. Ooh. Palmel, absolutely 1975, you are correct. So Palmel, if you can, drop me a message on Discord and I will send you a code, and then you can basically get that in game. So yeah, I'm just going to put the actual server in there, so if people aren't on the Discord yet, I definitely recommend joining. It's a nice little community on there, lots of chat, different rooms for different factions, deck lists, videos and streamers, all sorts of good stuff. So go and join the Discord. I just put the link in there for you, and I would say join the Discord, and then just drop me a message, Palmel, and I will send a code your way. And let's do another one. So what I'm going to ask this time, maybe I'll do a personal one. Okay, let's do a personal one just for a bit of fun. So believe it or not, I spent many years dancing. Right, so let's see if you can guess what I dance. I dance several different dances, so I'm gonna just first one to get one of them right in chat. I'm gonna say is the winner. Right, so I dance like 3 different dances. So if you can put a guess in chat, if you get one of them right, I will. Oh, Harry, I don't even know how to do it, mate. I don't even know how to do it. I don't even know how to do the raiding, especially through this restream. Tango. Ballerina. Nice. Mate, I'm definitely not a ballerina. I'm not built for it. And Guinevere with the salsa street from Harry. So actually, the correct answer there from that list is Guinevere. Correct. I do dance salsa, so well done. So Gwyn, so it looks like I owe you 2 packs. That's no problem. Yeah, yeah, definitely. So we got to get one out to Paul L, who's going to drop me a message in Discord. A couple out to Guinevere. It's been a pleasure. I'm really sorry it's been a bit disrupted. I've got a video out tomorrow on the YouTube. Go and subscribe to the channel. Got tons of content on there, guys. So let me know what you want to see. You know, I think I'm releasing the best deck in the game out tomorrow and a really good guide, and we're using the new replay system and breaking it down. So definitely check that one out. And I'll be streaming again soon. So thanks for the support. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy, guys.